Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just realized I was muted, so I was talking to my viewers, and I didn't talk to them. uh, okay, so man, second session, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Last time we talked about, basically felt like you were doing a lot of things that professional players would do, in the sense that you were trying to mimic what they would do. You clearly did your homework. You were doing the builds. You were doing like the creep cutting on axe and all that kind of shenanigans. But you got to work on exactly understanding why you do it and all that kind of stuff. So, did you have questions from last session or anything like that?
Not necessarily from last session. I had two they're kind of quick questions. One is, I don't know if you play a lot of Axe, but how do you feel about phylactery on Axe? I've been getting pinged about that item on my Axe games quite a number of times. I like it because it applies the 150 damage before culling blade, so it kind of extends the range of culling blade, and it also has a quick cooldown with your W battle hunger. But how do you feel about that item on?
I mean, I used to play. I've played a lot of Axe in my day, but I've never played Axe really this patch, and I've also never tried Phylactery. I mean, in theory, I can see what you're going for. Battle Hunger, your ulti. I guess it's just like I think about the hero's role in the game, and that might not be it. The only thing I'll comment about that is people are bad, so they'll flame you for builds,
Right.
just because it's not what they're used to seeing, rather than they actually don't like it or whatever. Um, so like if you have a game where you built it and you want to like talk about the game and we can see how it vibes, I'm fine with that. I mean I guess I would just say like don't 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 stray away from builds because you have teammates flaming them unless they're. I mean, sometimes I give up because of teammates like literally break items because they try builds or whatever. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't dissuade you. Um,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, usually I don't, but like when multiple people do it, I'm thinking, maybe there's something to it. So, okay. Okay. Um.
I don't.
Okay.
In
All right.
theory, it doesn't sound atrocious. Like it sounds like it could work.
Right. Right. Um. Okay, and another thing is, do you have any opinion? Like, I was gonna try to start learning a new hero. Now I was gonna try LC, but she's kind of like a blink initiator, which is kind of similar to the other heroes I know. So I'm just wondering if you have any opinions on that. Like, should I learn a hero that's kind of similar to my others, or should I learn a hero that's different from the ones I know already? So,
It depends on what you're trying to work on, really. But like, are you trying to expand your understanding of Dota? Are you trying to just give yourself another cool kit in your arsenal, or a kit in your a tool in your kit?
another
Um,
tool in my kit. That's all.
okay. I mean, to be honest, like I think you're lacking a ranged hero. I think every offlaner should be able to play at least one ranged. When I look at your pool, so we don't have to necessarily stray too far away from like what you're doing. So I see a bunch of tanky guys in your hero pool. We could do something like, uh, excuse me, Necrophos is the number one that comes to mind. Something like Visage might be fun for you since you like the phylactery playstyle. Kind of just depends. Those are like the two heroes that would really come to mind for me. If you if you don't think learning a ranged is really up your alley, we can talk about something else.
No, that's a good point actually. About the ranged. Okay, okay. All right. I'll decide on that later.
Okay.
Um, okay. So I will. Here. So ping. I'll message you a match ID.
Yeah, I got you.
So I was playing Timber in this one. So I guess before we start, I should say this week was kind of a rough week. I had a lot of clown games, a lot of people playing
What is the MMR
hero.
now? By the way, for you.
Oh, so I calibrated at like 2550, which was a bit high for me. And this week I was like, I lost a majority of my games, so it's like 2350 now, something like that.
Okay. But yeah, because
Uh,
you said you had been 1200 before the patch.
oh no, 2400.
Oh, I misunderstood you.
Yes, I was 2400, and then after our first session, I then calibrated at 2550, so a little bit higher than what I usually am.
I got you. Gotcha.
And then I had a bit of a losing streak, but it was like I was saying, it was a lot of like weird clown games where people were picking, like they were griefing or they were picking out of like picking heroes that don't match their position. But that's fine. I mean, I could still. This is one of the games where that happened, and I was hoping, like at one point, it was at 17 minutes into the game. I decided like we can't really fight them anymore. We're down too much, and I was trying to like avoid them and push lanes. And so I was hoping we could go over like kind of the last portion of the game, because it's a pretty quick game. It's like 30 minutes, and they destroyed us.
Sure.
And
Did you
but
want me
my
to start from the very beginning, or do you want me to just pull up your timestamp?
Can we just go to the fight at 17 minutes? I don't think there's anything to talk about in the fight, but could we just talk about that and afterwards? Because that's when I decide that we can't really fight them anymore.
Okay. Sure.
So I'm timbering this one. It's axe last.
Yeah, I was just looking around. I was getting some information.
Your talents surpass your loveliness.
So, what is your question exactly about not being able to fight them?
No, my question is more about the map movements I do starting at after the fight that starts at 17 minutes. It's like probably like 18, 19 minutes. I'm just trying to push waves and avoid them. Um, but they're like not showing on waves a lot. So I was just wondering how, just what my thought process at least should be when I start doing stuff like this. So I think it starts pretty soon.
First off, I'd say in the previous time you took Ancients, you're pretty much griefing your Luna because he was there with you and you guys are losing. So by taking, oh, he just not his Luna, I guess Medusa. Never mind. Ignore what I said. I thought Luna was carry. Okay.
Yeah, so here, like, I want to, like here, like in this position, I wanted to cut the wave even more, but like we don't see them, so instead I did this weird thing where I just went back through the jungle.
Okay. I use this in my coaching sessions a lot. You want to cut the wave. You don't see them. You cautiously advance. You need to walk like this, like all the way down the side, and then like come up to the wave from like right here, chuck out your shit, and like timber chain away through the wave, and then back off because you know it's dangerous, but you don't feel safe doing it. The only way they kill you is if LC assumes you're gonna go for the wave, and before she sees you, she is camping it. That is much harder to do than it is to see you and then go on you. That is much harder. So,
Okay.
you need to see these situations and be like, I want this wave. I don't see them. It is a risk to advance like this. The worse the game is, the more you need to be willing to just do it. Basically. It's like if you think the game is really close, that's not a risk worth taking. If the game is like this, it's definitely worth taking. You can't just let them... You can't just go join your team again, basically. So, like, in this case, like, if you end up dying in there, you would at least want to force, like, 4 heroes to you. Like, in this case, the issue is that they pushed bottom lane without the hero that needs to kill you. Because you did not cautiously advance. I don't think you're going to die to Spectre and Dawnbreaker, right? Those are the 2 heroes that just showed bottom. So, what you need to see is, if I don't push this wave, what would have been, like, theoretically, in hindsight, what would have been required to prevent me from pushing that wave? So, whenever you do that, and then the guy is just here, he's also preventing somebody else on your team from pushing this wave. Because they're scared of him. So, you effectively let Legion prevent 2 waves from being pushed.
By just
So
being scared of her, basically.
by being scared of her, yes. So it's like what I'm saying is it's all about vision. Like if you don't see her, then that's good that you're like, oh, I don't see the Legion. I don't know what, like, I don't feel safe. But then rather than a lot of people do is what you did, where you just retreat. We need to be willing to be a bit more frisky when the games get ugly. I know it's Legion. We don't really want to feed her dual damage, but this is kind of how we end up with no map. Uh, if your hero has strong team fight, then it's really important to try to um, basically push out a wave real quick and then TP to the team. On a hero like Timbersaw, you don't team fight all that well. Like, meaning, like, yeah, you do damage, but if you guys are losing, your hero doesn't do anything. So, you kind of just got to play like a maniac on the map. Like, you got to be willing to let a screw loose and just try to force 4 heroes to gank you. And if you get away from it, it could be game winning. Like, every hero in the game has like a way to quote unquote make the comeback. It's like Tide 5-man Ravage, you know? Timbersaw gets 4-man ganked and lives. That's like how he makes space and like turns the game around for his team.
Gotcha. So, and so you were saying when I was down there, like, so what I did was I kind of followed the wave, but then I went into the jungle, and then I didn't see them, and then I just left. So I could have, like, chucked my timber chain from the jungle.
In
And
this case, you know what wave you want. You'd be right here. You'd walk cautiously, like you advance cautiously, which means like in a way you don't think they'll see you, unless they have a ward. You go like this. You walk up to the wave as close as you can because there's one wave coming in like right now. And then in Timber's exact case, you would chakram from here, walk into the middle of the wave, probably Timber Chain and Whirling Death like to this tree, and then you leave. So if you are at risk, like you're afraid of Legion, I want you to know that that guy's probably looking. He's not always going to be looking, but he's probably looking. So what that means is the second you show, you need to assume that he insta-TV'd. Like, that's how long you got. Is if you show on the map, he insta-TP'd. So if you show here, you've got like 2.5 seconds to get the fuck out. If you show like here, you've got 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
right. And I guess a similar situation, if I was Axe, I could run up to the wave, call it, and then blink out, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. On Axe
Okay.
specifically, you might even, because that's long, that might take longer than 3 seconds, for instance, you might have to, like, walk up to it, call it, and then blink out before you kill the wave.
I see. Okay, so in that case, it's even worse giving up those extra last hits if you're just forcing reactions.
Yeah, it's...
Right? It's not always worth it to get those last hits. Get that
No,
last
no, no,
hit.
no. The longer the game goes, the more it is about pushing the wave than it is about actually farming the creeps.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because at 10 minutes, 200 gold is a lot. At 20 minutes plus, 200 gold's not that much.
Right. And so what if I, do something like that, timber chain the wave and then move away, and then I see Legion still top, I could still wait bottom, right? I don't necessarily have
Basically,
to be.
what you do is you clear the wave. You assume that we talked about last time a lot about forcing reactions. You assume that he TPs. So you're following like 10, 15 seconds is under the assumption that he TP'd, right? You have to play that like he TP'd. And then what happens is, what that means is if he TPs and you're a hero that can't clear this camp really fast, for instance, then you would have to just back off. But as Timber, maybe on the way out, you could like clear this camp and then Timber chain to this tree, and then you could like clear this camp and Timber chain to this tree, right? Because like, do you think a Legion would catch you doing that? Maybe. But I'm telling you, like, assume he immediately TP'd and play accordingly. And then the second he shows, your mind should instantly switch and be like, oh, he didn't TP. And then, like, resume what you just did right now, which was cautiously advance, clear the next wave, back off.
Okay. I got you.
It's like a little bit of cat and mouse. In this case, you might not be able to do that multiple times because you're low mana, but you do have mana boots and soul rings, so could work out. Any questions about that?
No, gotcha.
Okay. I'll just put cautiously advance. I've had to tell that to pretty much everybody. Okay. Any other questions on specific moments in this game? Or do you want me to just watch? What do you want?
Just watch.
Okay. Same thing here. You're really ruining the map by doing this. You're literally ruining the map. Legion was here. There's a wave that you could push, and you just left.
Right, I just did one wave and then, right.
You need to make the person who stops you from pushing that wave come there. Otherwise, it's just ruining the map. That's like my best explanation.
Yeah, so here I think I was a little bit worried about their global presence with Spectre. Like I'm thinking, one hero goes on me, Spectre can immediately go on me, and they
Okay, who
actually
goes on you?
had Zeus. I guess could be Undying or the Zeus plus Spectre. I guess
I gotta be honest with you, man. I know I'm here coaching you, but there is no way in fuck you think they're ganking you with a Zeus initiating onto you. Or an Undying. Like, if those heroes initiate onto you, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna push W. And then...
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's really just the LC.
Yeah, so I am now gonna add to my notes, visualize, like, the steps for them to kill you. Okay? So, usually, it requires stun is the one step, first step. 2, damage. Okay, who on their team does the stun? Legion. Who on their team does the damage? Probably Spectre. I don't think Zeus would be enough if it's just Zeus. But they have Spectre Haunt, so that means that in this case you're really afraid of Legion because they have a lot of follow-up to the guy that stuns you. Okay?
Right.
So I put in my notes, visualize the steps for them to kill you. Almost every gank requires a stun and damage. You know, certain heroes could maybe, like, I'll put in parentheses a slow. Okay, like, meaning maybe on Axe, a slow would be enough. Like, a Dawnbreaker hitting you with her hammer and then chasing you down might be enough on Axe. But, like, because maybe they cancel your Blink and then Spectre Haunts and they chase you down. But, like, that's not enough on Timber, right? So, yeah. This is something that is very common, by the way. And what I mean by that is you guys are just afraid of dying. You guys are afraid of they are missing heroes, they have damage, and now we need to add, like, a method to this madness of, like, we're afraid of dying, but we need to actually identify what this fear is, okay? Like, specifically, very specifically. Like, in future games, okay? So this is hopefully helping you get more out of our coaching session, okay? If you are ever afraid of dying in your own games, or in a coaching session of ours, I would want you to say, I'm afraid of this happening. And then I die to it. I'm afraid of dying to Legion blinking on me with a Blade Mail, Spectre Haunt, and Zeus ulti to follow up. I would want you to say that to me, right? Like, I would want you to say, this is explicitly what I am afraid of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you say that to yourself in the game, then you won't have these, like, I call them, like, irrational fears in the sense that it makes sense that you're down, game is hard, like, you don't want to feed because the game is hard, and they're not showing heroes. Totally makes sense, right? Like, all that makes sense. But if we are afraid of every hero in the game equally, that's not going to make us any better. So, we want to be able to utilize the Dota knowledge we have, and the whole point of that is if you start doing that, like, say you think, this kills me, right? Like, this process, and then suddenly say you think that, and then they kill you without the Legion. You'd be like, huh, what'd I do? And it's like, maybe you were cutting a creep wave. Or maybe you were hitting their tower, and you died because you got chased down because they flanked you, you know? And in that case, you'd be like, wow, was I wrong? Or did I maybe have to play a little bit more chill? Like, what's the answer there? Like, what's the adjustment that you should make for future? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Because if you have that exact idea and it doesn't play out that way, suddenly you're learning. You're tweaking your knowledge of your limits. You know?
Right. And probably going along with this, so this is something I know I don't do well, is checking opponent items, right? Like if Spectre has an Abyssal, it's a little bit different.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like,
does,
if
right?
she's got Abyssal Manta, yeah, it's definitely a different story. For sure.
Right, and so that's just something I know I just have to get better at checking their items.
You know you can click the portraits, right?
Yeah, it's just one of those things I haven't gotten muscle memory yet to do.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So, what I want you... So, the little mini-game you're gonna be in... Okay, so I need you to remember these 3 things. In games where you're losing, okay?
Yep.
These concept of cautiously advancing, meaning I think of a creep wave I want to kill, I don't feel safe to kill it, act like I'm literally behind enemy lines, trying to sneak my way up to that creep wave. Okay? Like, so cautiously advancing. Visualize the steps, how they exactly kill you, and what hero is required to stop me from pushing this wave. Because sometimes they don't necessarily have to kill you. Okay? Sometimes, like, for instance, you're against a carry who hits way harder than you do. Like, if you're Bristleback and the carry is just a Medusa, he'll push the wave better than you do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you both walk up to the wave, he snakes it and hits it, you haven't killed it yet. So, like, this can also just be what I call lane momentum, where what hero, if you and them walk up to the wave, would stop you. And Timbersaw is a very simple hero in this regard, because really no hero in the game does that, for the most part. Like, Timbersaw clears the wave really fast. So it's more so like, how do they kill me? On Timbersaw specifically. But yeah, so this is a little mini game that I like. These are the 3 things I want you to think about, because that will prevent you from giving up unnecessary map control. The game's already bad enough. The lane should probably be against you because you're losing, but they don't have to all 3 be against you. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 or maybe 1.5, something like that. That makes sense.
Right. And I guess if I had kind of done more of what you said on that bottom lane, then the bottom lane's pushed, they have to respond, then you can go to another lane and do
The
whatever.
only way you're winning this game when you're losing by like 5k is unless you have insane team fight. The only way you're winning this game is if you take a fight with favorable numbers, which requires you to push waves in a way that forces them to react, but they don't catch you. That's the way.
Right.
So that's why it's not only important to know your limits, but you want to play as close to them as possible, because that's how you bait people to think they can kill you. Basically, at the highest level of Dota, this applies to you guys as well, is that if you know your limits better than they do, they'll try to kill you and it won't work.
Right. Right.
But
That
the knowledge of the limits doesn't matter if you're not playing that close to them, you know? So that's why people talk about that all the time. Like, man, this player knows his limits, you know?
Yeah.
And because everybody in the game has like a general knowledge of other heroes, right? They'll think like, oh, you know, with XXX we can kill Timbersaw, but maybe they needed 4 heroes instead of 3 because they don't know Timbersaw as well as you do, for instance.
Yeah.
So we would want your picture of exactly how they kill you to just be slightly more accurate than the people you're playing against, and then you would win games. Maybe not this one specifically, but on average you would win games.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, do you want me to keep watching this one?
Yes, sure. We got a couple minutes left, so.
So basically, okay. Let me think here. You told me that at about 17 minutes, you said you could not fight them. So you went into kind of like, how do I split push this game properly? What do I do? That was like your question coming into this session. You then proceeded to buy Boots of Travel because I imagine you intended to like try to split up the map, yada yada yada.
Right.
So first off, against heroes like Legion, I don't love Boots of Travel. I don't love Boots of Travel on heroes that have to be on the creep wave physically, like Timber, meaning like unless you're just shockering from the trees and waiting, usually you have to be on the creep wave with your hero. I don't like Boots of Travel on these heroes if they just die to something that the opponent has. So if you're gonna buy Boots of Travel, it's fine. I just want you to know that you could split push potentially by buying tankier items, you know? You just go like Cloak and a Pipe, or, you know, even like a Yule Scepter to like plan on Yulesing the Legion when he blinks on you. You know, just stuff like this. But that's just mentioning. You can either buy Boots of Travel or items that help you show on the creep wave. Okay, that's like your 2 options. And then the other thing on top of this is that you told me you can't fight. You bought split pushing items, and the opponent goes on your teammate. What do you think your reaction should be? in those
Push
circumstances.
push that top lane that's like
Yes.
right near me.
Okay. So you're seeing a common trend. I remember last time we saw a similar TP from you where the fight happened, you just TP'd without even looking.
Yeah, just
This
instantly. Yeah, it
needs
was one of your comments. Yeah.
this needs to be your number one focus, man. I'm telling you. I want you. I don't. This is gonna cost you sometimes, okay? In the short term, like these are a lot of like short-term band-aids that are meant to help you be very conscious of this decision, okay? Because there's a lot of important decisions. If we have habits that don't cater to how we're supposed to play that situation, unless we take generally like a little bit stronger of a method, a little bit not stronger method, but like a little bit overdoing it. Like maybe unless we overshoot the method a little bit, then you're not gonna fix it. Is my experience. So what I need you to do is like whether it's a sticky note or something around you that you read before the game, whatever. Like I want you to literally look at this before you load into a Dota game. And what this says is if I am TPing to the fight that we did not communicate prior, meaning like your team is not saying be ready to fight, be ready to fight, be ready to fight. You know, like there's no communication about it. If there's a fight and it happens, I have to look at it for 3 seconds before I TP. Just look at it. Very rarely will that insta TP, like the fact that you waited 3 seconds, cost you something. Okay, there are times, but like the knowledge it takes to make a TP instantly is very difficult compared to how often this will happen, where you make the TP instantly and it's just bad.
Right.
So I want you to work on the discipline of a TP, which is I see something happening, look at it for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, you still feel like TPing, you TP. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Because yeah, that it just prevents these TPs. Because I remember this last time because we had talked about like you took a fight as Axe down here when you could have been pushing top wave. Your efficiency as an offlaner is not on par with what it's going to take to solo carry pubs. Like the thing is, these are things that like 12k MMR pro players have to do. These are things that like I'm not teaching you, in my opinion, how to win a pub. I'm teaching you like the fundamentals of what it takes to play the map properly as an offlaner, and it will win you pubs because it gets you farm, and it also means that like fights on average will be set up better for you. So
Sorry, what did you say? What did you mean when you said something like my efficiency as you're talking about my efficiency as an offlaner does not win me pubs? What did you mean
I'm
by that?
saying that you are not playing the map efficiently as an offlaner. Like a lot of my issue with your play, from what I've seen, is these TPs, is your lack of priority on the lanes. Like I want you to think as an offlaner that there's such thing as forcing Roche, taking team fights. These are all objectives, but unless those things are specifically happening, every creep wave you push is an objective. The lane that you are near is your objective. So like right now, I would want you to think, this is my objective. How does everything in the game currently that's happening influence that objective? Are heroes missing? Is my team calling for a fight? Is my team showing on the map? Is my team getting gone on? Do you understand? Like it's all in relevance or in comparison to that top lane, because that's the objective you're going for.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want you to really think like the next creep wave you're going to farm, whether it's the lane you're currently in, whether you plan to TP out after the creep wave, like whether or not, like what you're going to do with that creep wave literally tells me everything about your knowledge of Dota on the map. Like the way you think about hero matchups, your own limits, like how you think information influences decision making in the game, all that stuff. So I'm just going to put in my notes, like, each creep wave is an objective. But the main thing I need you to do is the 3 second TP, okay?
Yep.
If we can get that down, where I just don't see one of these again, it would just be so fantastic. Because that's a much easier fix in the short term, and it'll make you more conscious of the creep wave near you anyways, because you won't TP. And you'll be like, oh, I remember now, I'm supposed to go push that wave.
Right. Right, or I'll give up the objective of a creep wave if it's a fight I feel like worth going to.
Yeah, you look at it for 3 seconds, and what that's going to do is you're going to start comparing it to the creep wave. That's ideal. You'll be like, BSJ taught me that wherever I am, I'm thinking about that creep wave as an objective. So if I see something happen on the map, I'm comparing it to that creep wave. So you look at it for 3 seconds, and you're like, this looks more important than a creep wave, and then you TP. But
Right.
like, in this
Right,
case, your
okay.
Luna just dies, and then you TP here, and you're like, huh.
Probably yeah, I don't think I'd do much here.
Yeah, imagine this is a look at them and do nothing play.
Yeah, similar to like the axe thing I did. Yeah, just now we're just running to defend a tower.
Yeah, like imagine if you're here, right? You're clearing this wave, you see this happening, you're ready to TP because you see all this happening, and then you like clear the next wave and force somebody on their team to TP top. What if Spectre TP's top with no haunt? Suddenly, you TP mid, clear this wave, and run at them. All the guys on their team that are down here without Spectre with no haunt. Suddenly,
right, like right.
That's an opening, right? Suddenly, that's an opening. What basically happens is if you push creep waves better than the opponent, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not just saying you literally clear the wave with abilities, right? You hear how much thought is going into each creep wave here, right? You hear it. So if you do this better than the opponent, it sets up fights. Period. Like, they're going to respond weirdly to a creep wave because you pushed it better than they did. Maybe Spectre without Haunt's not supposed to TP, but people do that. You know?
Right.
Like, he's maybe supposed to let somebody else do it, but he'll do it. Like 20% of the time. If he doesn't do it, fine. Like, they made the right play. But you're giving them a chance to mess up. And even at the highest level in Dota, people mess up. So, this isn't like a lot of people view like hoping the opponent messes up as like a bad strategy. But forcing them to mess up is actually a big part of competitive games in general. So, yeah, so we're about at the time. Do you have any other questions?
No questions. As far as this game goes, all done. And I guess, I guess just for next session, is there something in particular that like, do you want me to bring you a game with a good laning phase, bad laning phase, or anything in particular, or is it just any questions that arise during the week?
I think I would love to skim over a game where we watch your lane for maybe 5 minutes and then maybe highlight one or two things on the lane. Because last time I remember thinking there's a lot of good things, but then they're a bit sloppy or like not mechanically correct. And then what I would want to really focus on is maybe the 10 to 20 minute mark, where it could be if you're ahead, honestly, it could be if you're behind. I really want to see how you take map control with lanes. Like, I really want to see it. I think it's your biggest problem. So I would want to see a game where you felt like you needed to push lanes a lot. That would be the description of the game I would like to see.
Right. Since I guess that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't force it.
All
You'll kind of feel it in a game, right? You'll be like, I feel like I need to push lanes a lot. Timbersaw's a good hero for that. So, like, if you just want to pick him with the intent for that to be the game, that's fine too. So.
Okay.
Okay, man. Sweet. I'll see you next time.
Okay. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Cool. Please check. Go play, don't talk too much. Okay, sure. I can ban that guy. That's no problem. I need more mods for this time of day stream. Okay, let's go ahead and do a CS trainer. Yeah, anytime a viewer like all caps not liking what I'm doing on stream, then I just doesn't really matter what I'm doing. If they just all caps flame what I'm currently doing, I just ban them.
Choose wisely.
Need to adjust my hero list. Actually, I don't know why I'm on my main account. I don't intend to play on my main account anyway, but it's fine. I'll see us true. He didn't deserve it though? Yeah, he did. You guys know him from other channels? That's impressive. That he's such a shitter that people know who he is. Anyone who types in all caps needs a ban. I mean, maybe. I don't do coaching on my BSJ coaches channel anymore, because the way things worked out just didn't match up to what the channel would be used for, which was basically like 5 sessions in a row. I'm more so getting like 1 session every now and then. I don't like the AI CSing in that game mode. I don't think it is accurate. I think it's actually worse. I think the AI in that game mode would only be good if it was trained to randomly hit the creep that is low. Not go for the deny, but randomly hit it. Then it would be a good practice. I think the AI on that's really bad. Fucking range creep missing uphill. You bastard missing uphill. Why Basilius on Medusa? Why not just keep the Sage's mask? Doubles your mana regen. So I guess so you can have more mana regen. I guess. Go ahead and quickly load up my other channel. Or other account. What's the hardest hero to last hit with? Not sure. Probably a universal hero because they all have really low base damage. Razor? No, I don't think it's Razor. I think Razor's fine. No, I'm not Nitrous. Razor got 4 damage in the last 2 patches. Yeah, he's at whopping 49 base damage. Poggers. Good idea for Valve would be a CS trainer where you 1v1 somebody. It would be nice. I would totally play that. That's part of why I want to do the 1v1s with viewers. I think it's like a really nice warm-up for me and for them, and overall just good. What's up, Quinn? BSJ, I genuinely have a question. I feel like you don't have to type that. You could just ask a question. $69.
Patience while the Radiance team chooses.
John Seg, Medusa has been broken for maybe 3 months.
Time now for the Radiance team pick. Your turn to pick.
Too many carry players in this game. I'll just go 5. I'll leave the minimap on for you guys today. If somebody's clearly sniping, I'll cover it.
5 seconds remaining. Which hero will the enemy take? Enemy 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to ban.
Shrikar, I'd highly recommend muting everybody in the game and seeing how it works out.
5 seconds remaining.
I think you should mute your teammates and then communicate. And see how it feels. What I mean by that is act like they can hear you and you don't care about what their response is, but you'd say, hey, let's like set up on Roche. And then say they just don't, right? Then you don't go Roche. But the whole idea is to act like they can hear you and then observe if they're listening. Do I need 2 blood grenades or just 1? Probably need 1 mango. Something like this. Toronto Tokyo told me he has fun playing on dying. So we're gonna have fun. Is there any aura in the game that affects teammates and not yourself? I always get confused why people think Basilius affects just other people. Is there anything in the game that works on only other people? Time warp? I don't know what that means. Okay, time to play. Nah, the 10% CDR aura works on you too. That was a visual bug.
It's time then.
You want
Prepare yourself.
tango? Yeah, give it. I'm gonna harass the CM.
My stomach rumbles.
My stomach rumbles.
I'm coming.
This battle is in a body bag.
How much mana is this shit? 100? Yeah.
Steady now. 30 seconds.
Don't know why that guy took a ward and wasn't using it.
The vile dead.
This was in the bag the day Axe was born.
Yes. Shambling. Courage. It starts now. Another. Yes. I'm under attack.
Didn't want to use that, but I will.
Tasting the sword of death. My will. Passing.
First blood! They sing the song of Death!
Banana ducks. Stay alive. Nearly 1 mid.
Am I throwing the lane? Huh.
Nearly 1 top.
Oh my god! I went for it. It's fine. I did not mean to buy a third set of tangos. I meant for ourselves, but it's okay. Well, we're out of blow grenades, boys. That was a throw for sure. We're chucking bottom lane pretty hard right now, boys. I mean, I'm throwing harder than he is, but you know. It is what it is. First game of the day.
I don't know if it works.
He didn't deny it. Ow.
No, no. Okay, they don't see me. I can
I mean, this lane sucks now.
arrow here, arrow here.
That actually was a good trade, I think.
Look, I'm gonna hit him from.
Nice, I'm fucking rich, boys. Don't worry, boys. We're gonna recover this game. I feel bad for this Muerta because like I totally fucked his lane.
Subtle bird.
I want to apologize for fucking your lane, Muerta, and hopefully we can forgive each other.
Ranger missing. Hilo 6.
CM somewhere.
See him mid, Ranger missing.
I'm basing. Actually, I'm coming back.
That's Ranger missing it. What's up? No mana.
Okay, so I've griefed my Muerta.
Seeker bottom.
I understand this.
But I want some more.
Probably need a blood grenade.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Now I see what they want. They're attacking the bottom tower.
I need to try to soak as much damage bottom as possible. Gonna give him a Ward Sentry to protect him from Clinks and Spearbreaker combo.
Protect the bottom tower, or it will be lost.
I'm coming.
Didn't realize he was gonna be 6 already as well.
Hurry! We may save the bottom tower yet.
The rune of regeneration.
Blast it! They're after your middle tower.
Luckily, we won our offlane. I just missed him.
Okay, Ranger coming. Get out. I'm just gonna walk mid.
It's fine.
Playing with Mirana. My chain only level 1.
A little bit of a weird like map swap here.
My check 1, 2, 3.
I can ulti.
I need to like prioritize my life, but also like try to make space, you know? Rough. Is he actually alive?
No arrow.
I don't know. I wasn't ready. They were chasing me like 4 man. 5
Let's
man
push
chasing
mid
me.
and then smoke bottom.
Yep.
Structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
Sure. We're smoking. Ready, arrow.
To the bottom tower. They bleed
It's okay.
Come, Mira.
Yeah, can we go through the portal actually?
With Ekon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Come.
Jonas,
Wait a bit. Don't die, bro.
displaying their usual lack of imagination, they're going straight for your middle tower. Radiant's courier. How do you say it? Ah, yes. Sleeps with the dishes. Be quick about it. The middle
This
tower.
worked. I literally ruined her game.
I'm walking mid, guys. I'm walking mid.
What are they doing actually? The fucking courier's dead, man.
Carry us. Arrow with me, arrow with me. I got low tuition.
I don't know, man. I can't fucking.
Power rune and XP rune. Come power rune first, please.
There's a disaster going on here.
Hurry. We may save the bottom tower yet.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with this courier, dude.
The bottom tower has fallen.
Come power
Nothing
rune.
good will come of this.
Heal ward, heal ward. I can help you.
I don't know what to do with these fucking items on.
Look. That's something. I have that. I think they're coming bot. Here. 4 man, 5 man bot. At least 3 man bot. Set vision mid, guys. Anytime. I need vision mid.
I can smoke Uruti.
Okay, that worked out. I don't think I've ever had so many inventory management problems here.
Go.
It's funny because he's gonna take the rune and I'm level 10 and my Murta's level 8. I griefed him so hard. Oh my god, dude, I'd be so mad.
I'm going mid. short hop.
The jungle has everything Axe desire.
I'm not right behind, but I'm behind.
Mana me, mana me. I can tank tower. Look at me, look at me. I'm baiting.
Dire structures are fortified.
No vision.
Yeah, he fucking got it killed.
We've destroyed
Maybe bottom for sick.
Go bait to regen. I'm not gonna have TP.
I can ulti.
There's a big tombstone top. Oh, okay. I mean, this is just bad by Morta, to be honest. That was just bad.
radiant structures are fortified.
Yes, you're playing on their vision. I understand. I guess it's... I understand I agreed to his lane, but he could just play bottom, and it would be fine. He seems to be intent on going back to that area, so maybe we'll try to ward there.
The top tower is under attack. My life goes on. My will. All hands to the top tower. It's under attack. Death marches.
Bounty.
They're attacking your top tower. Will they never stop? Your top tower is under attack.
It's a big kill. I set that up. I set this up, guys. I set that up. There are griefers in 9k MMR. Makes you think if ranking up's the difference. I mean, it's kind of like saying there's shitty rich people out there. There's no point in, like, being successful, because they're shitty too. That's just kind of weird. No point in me being good if the people around me still suck. Bad mentality, I think.
I need Murta, we can fuck.
Dragos, thanks for the sub.
Come. I can bait. Look. Never mind. They're not chasing me.
Kind of seems like a Ghost Scepter game, to be honest. I was gonna go drums, but man, maybe Ghost Scepter is just a cuck item, you know? Maybe I just need drums. Now he's going Orchid.
Now I see what they want. They're attacking the bottom tower.
Well, my axe has travels. I didn't notice that.
They will rush. We need to stick and start fight properly.
Hey, we can see you in the Roche pit. We see you doing it.
Why would he do that voice line?
Roshan
Team's making me a tad nervous. Oh, found him. I was like, I don't know where the opponent is right now, but probably killing somebody. I hope my team doesn't proceed to die. Interesting item. I guess it makes sense against Axe plus Muerta.
You guys wanna fight? Let me know if you guys want.
This is a tough one, actually. Probably bull whip. Bull whip. They probably have our triangle warded.
Finish, finish, finish.
They're attacking your top tower. Will they never stop? They broke through at the top. The top tower has fallen.
I don't know. I feel like we could have gotten that guy.
The bottom, I saw things. Bottom things.
The prize is mine.
Your top tower is under attack. They're attacking your top tower. Will they never stop?
He's so fast. Oh, he's too good. Holy shit. Fucking Giga Chat, bro! What the fuck? This is what happens when you grief your carry. You get to shine! This is why all my supports suck. I see it now.
Against the living. My will. Attack. Yes.
One you, clink one you.
My will.
I don't want to walk onto the river even just to check rune. I feel like I'm actually really valuable, like I don't want to feed. It's okay if I feed like where my team can capitalize on it, but not just randomly. I wasn't trying to ping you. Just camp this ward bottom. Nice.
Kills you.
The dirge goes on.
Easy.
The jungle has everything its desire.
Dire's courier has been killed. Shambling. Look to the top tower. They're attacking. Yes.
It's all to
Dirge goes on.
guys.
I'm down to smoke it up. I'm pretty strong. I got greaves.
Give me top room, give me top room.
I took the last hit.
Schmidt, watch Schmidt.
Dire structures are fortified. Protect the bottom tower, or it will be lost. Yes, they won't be using that middle tower anymore. Now I see what they want. They're attacking the bottom tower. The vile dead.
Get the right spot home, guys. Rook already, you know. Someone bot?
Yeah, let's clear top wave and then we can go bottom.
Go with me, guys.
Rotting. Life ends.
Oh, okay, never mind. You guys go to get. I'm just gonna smoke alone. Roy. Another fire. I want Tormentor, guys. Let's hit Tormentor. Go bot, go bot. Yeah. Yeah. Come.
We can kill the thing after you guys kill that.
Say cheese.
That bottom is hanging out in the breeze. They
I
have
push
no
top, you guys
bottom
hit
tower.
there.
Rather like clockwork, isn't it? Dire structures.
No, my car!
It's under attack.
Swing's going another fire. Come back, guys. Bottom back.
Superb,
With
we've
bottom.
taken down
Bottom
the
back
bottom
first.
tower.
Just bottom back.
Displaying their usual lack of imagination, they're going straight for the middle. It just makes it much harder to take down their structures. They're fortified.
Oh. Really?
Think we're gonna see a spear breaker on this ward later?
We can, bro. Oh, yeah. We can.
Oh, we did see him.
Food for the world.
Easy game. Feed the opponent in lane so that they can feed you a bajillion levels. The BSJ way. The true BSJ way. Usually it's just the feed part, but today we did the winning part. Is this live? No, it's pre-recorded.
Hit the Diablo.
Why is it suggesting Dragonlance? What the fuck?
What's your ping?
Mine's 20.
We're still alive.
Oh shit. I can buy. I have BKB and cheese. I can go from behind.
I haven't been using neutral items like this whole game, dude. It's 35 minutes in. I got my tier 2 at like 25. I'm just a little bit behind on the neutral timing. It's fine.
What skullduggery is this? Yes.
Objective. Objective.
They've lost their middle tower to us.
Dragonlance makes your tombstone zombies ranged. No. Your streamer hair looks better than the tourney panelist hair. Thank you. Best undying player in the world? Dude, that laning stage was... Yikes. That was a yikes of a laning stage for sure. Oh, I forgot to order my food. This is my last day of Dream League, everybody. Last day of Dream League. Are you in Europe? I'm always in Europe. I'm always in Europe. Let's go next. You're leaving before the end? Yeah, I asked to only work for 10 days this event. The first Dream League, I was invited. They only hired me for 10 days. This Dream League, I asked for 10 days. So, bit of a difference. Either way, though, very good. How's Dream League? Dream League's been fun. I'm only salty because I want to play Diablo like 10 hours a day, and I can't. Other than that, though, the Dream League aspect of it's fantastic. Will Team Liquid allow you to stream on Kick? No. Team Liquid's like officially partnered with Twitch, so I wouldn't be allowed to stream on Kick. How's the experience playing Diablo? Oh, I'm having so much fun. Probably going to be playing on this stream.
While the Radiance team chooses.
I've been playing like 2 or 3 pubs a day, and then Diablo.
Time now for the Dire team to choose.
Time now for the Dire team to choose. Are you level 100? No, I'm level like 83 or something. I would definitely be a level 100 if I was not at Dream League, though. I'd be playing every day, all day.
Dire team pick.
You love seeing BSJ and Effie interactions? Nice.
Enemy's turn to pick. I wonder which hero the enemy will saddle themselves with. Your turn. Which hero will the enemy take?
Oh, I got ego again. I'll go 5. I'm whatever. I'm a fucking support player.
Turn to ban.
I'm also a mid player.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh man, I'm not a mid player. I'm a support player. Run it back. Who's your favorite person to work with? I'd say my favorite person to work with is probably Kezu, to be honest. I think the nice part about being a Dota talent is literally everybody's great to work with, so it's like not easy to say favorites. But I've really enjoyed working with Kezu. Him and I have like the exact same humor, so. Have you tried Diablo PvP? Not really, no. I noticed you seem to learn things from him. Oh, absolutely, man. Always learn. Always, always, always learn. Seems like today we're not going to see any BSJ position 1. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play for like 3 days. Kind of just chilling. Right now, I think for the foreseeable future, I'm just going to play whatever role. Because I'm not grinding MMR right now. So I'll just play whatever. And I would say if I'm going to offer to play whatever, I'll probably end up playing support. But that's like temporary, just because I'm so busy right now. And after this as well. Just traveling a lot, so.
Let's do this.
Educational Smurf on Wednesday? Yeah, I proposed to do it on Wednesday. I don't know if, we're getting a game together. But I couldn't do it yesterday because it's during my Dream League shift. You're too busy IRL to play fun roles in Dota. No, I'm just too busy to, like, care about grinding MMR. So I just, am playing whatever. I'm gonna become a good Undying player. It'd be a nice hero to have in my 5-position hero pool. It would pay off for future patches, to be honest.
The dirge goes on. The gate 30 seconds to battle.
Hello, or congratulations, Busy. Congratulations.
Only one sub. 6 runes on one sub.
The vile day. Here we go. Let's go. I'm under attack. My stomach rumbles. Shambling. Yes. My will. Passing. Dial's courier has been killed. Marches.
Ow!
Dial's courier has been killed.
Guy's a monster. Blood grenade's a cool item, actually. No!
The dirge goes on.
That's so tragic. I invested so many resources for that kill.
The dead endure.
I can't aggro that camp with decay. Did I stack? Oh no. I did not mean to stack.
Hungry. I'm under attack. My will. Yes. Life dwindles.
I have resources coming. I need to single pull this and then walk straight back to the big camp. I might need to feed. I'm supposed to have like an extra 400 gold, but neutral suicide was a GG.
My will.
Oh my god, they stacked again. Ow. Laning stage seems to be a bit rough for me on this hero, when it's literally the strongest part of his game. I didn't expect to take 400 damage from one auto, but I did stack camp 3 times against ET, so kind of understandable. That's kind of a throw by Earthshaker there. I mean, honestly, that neutral death, like, ruined me. I'm supposed to have so much gold. I invested so much in killing him there. I need to fucking kill this stack. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't mean to mango, I meant to tango! It takes 1 to mango and 2 to tango! Nice, we killed him. There's Jaeger's mid, careful. Oh my god. Seem to be losing all 3 lanes here, boys.
My stomach rumbles.
Oh my god, clockwork. Cockwork! You gotta work that cock!
The dirt goes on.
Yeah, I got cock blocked. Cog blocked. Ha! Ugh. I'm gonna stack these ancients for X. Oh!
It will be harder to take down Dire's structures now that they are fortified. Double kill!
Holy shit, this guy's solo killing bottom.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Wait, what? I'm here to fuck. I don't know about that, Earthshaker. I don't think you can do this. Okay, you can do this, guys. You can do this. You can do this. I said you can do it. You can do it. Monkeys, thanks for the sub or raid, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Okay, game's rough, boys. Game is rough. Hope you're doing well, my friend Jaren. Hope you had a good stream. I'm just busy owning.
We just kill him. If I leave mid will start and kill him.
I think we kind of have to accept we're losing the tower.
The
Like, trying to save tower against Brood is like a pipe dream. I mean, this should be good for us. Okay. I mean, I'm always happy to do that as Undying. Ah! What is that shit? Dude, what is this shit, dude? Holy fuck. You guys see that shit? Holy fuck. Holy damage! Dude, what is this? Okay. There's the Broodmother. Go farm your ancients! It's one to level 6. I actually thought that would take less decays. I thought that would do more damage. I thought that would take like 2 decay or 3 decays, not like 5. So that was just a feat. Don't worry, boys. We're learning Undying. That's what this process is all about. How's my morph doing? Oh, this guy's all about having me lose his lane for him and then buy a Midas. That's this guy's strat. It worked last game. The same guy. You gonna walk in or you... Dude, do you need an invitation? What? He's gonna get him. Dude, this Clockwork's actually a pussy. Actually a pussy. Ah! Okay, we gotta kill this DT. Yikes. I think we lost, boys. Nah, never mind. I actually got this. I don't know why you'd go on the Brood with Clockwork Cogs, but, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am not playing well, but this Clockwork, he's trying to beat me here on the Department of Sucking Cock. He's trying real hard. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke my axe. Time to play around my axe. He's strong. If he had his ult, he would have killed him.
top tower is under attack.
Oh, his ET. Can we kill him on this ward? His ET's looking for me? He's down here still. See the spirit?
My will.
I mean, this is like the best I can do, right?
They're attacking.
I expected.
At the very least, dire structures will be temporarily harder to destroy. They're attacking your top tower.
Pretty sure he's supposed to die there.
Keep those sensors sharp. The top tower is forward.
I think I literally have to go Ghost Scepter. Otherwise, I just fucking die.
My stomach. Yes.
Maybe I'm supposed to just die? I mean, I've already died 7 times, so I can just fully commit to the bit at this point. Did he not get that last hit?
My will.
J dollar signs! Thanks for the sub. You're no expert, but you don't think it's going well? Nonsense. Good thing you're not an expert, because that's absolutely wrong.
Under the world. No brood, no other.
Alright, I got 2 wards with 1. Help our guy?
My will. The dirt goes on. Shambling.
We can maybe fight if they overcommit, but looks like they're not coming.
The jungle has everything Axe desire.
Okay, we're gonna try not to feed instant, I guess. We invested a lot of vision on the mid lane. Wow. I was not expecting that, to be honest. The vision baited us into thinking we were safe. I think I might have fed this one into oblivion, boys. I think this one's been fed into oblivion. This game, the Morphling was dying solo to Void, so not only did we not have a good lane, but... You know what's really sad about this game? Is that I all into this Earthshaker, and that seems like because he died to a neutral, we lost top. Maybe I'm supposed to go die too, like I'm supposed to go die to tier 2? Because after that, I had no resources. TPing in, I have... Tombstone. I mean, I guess we won. Never mind. Easy game. That was a good tombstone. Neutral items, boys. We have a bunch of tokens. Yes.
Now you'll be able to take on even more.
We're gonna try not to feed instantly, as he says that right before he feeds instantly. That's so true. I literally fed instantly. Wait, why am I not maxing decay? Dude, I'm fucking garbage. But I've got money now, which is good. What can we buy to help the boys? I think this is like a Yule Scepter, 4-staff kind of game. I don't think we help the boys with ore items. I want this so bad. Nice.
No mercy.
No! Spare me! Dude, harpoon is such a dumb item, man.
I accept this offering.
Fuck yo positioning. I'm just gonna harpoon that ass. I don't know about focus firing the techies. He can literally disarm you like 5 times. Oh, this game's fantastic. We lost, boys. We fucking lost. Okay, I'm gonna sit behind my axe. I was trying to get some farm, but that was really stupid, to be honest. No farm for supports in this game. I hold hands with my axe.
And not an axe to be found.
I don't think we're contesting Roche, guys. Maybe set up on mid. Maybe we kill whoever TP's in. Yep. Never mind. I guess we're up. I hope my morph dies full to 0 to this shit. I died full to 0. This looks like my Wind Ranger for sure.
I can't go there.
This looks exactly like my Wind Ranger did.
Yeah, back on Chrono, I couldn't go. I would die instantly.
Is it true that you get bonus MLR this patch if you type easy peasy? Only if you put a lemon squeezy at the end.
Sadly, I must inform you that the bottom tower was destroyed. Yes. Your bottom tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Dude, my inventory this game is fucking pathetic.
We may save the bottom tower yet.
Actually, a pathetic fucking inventory.
Protect the bottom tower, or it will be lost.
Is my monitor like 60 frames or something? I really feel like my monitor like reverted.
Be in that middle tower at this moment. Your middle
No,
tower is under
it's
attack.
the right frames.
I'm under attack. My stomach rumbles.
This is literally the most pathetic support inventory I've ever seen. Literally the most pathetic.
They're after your middle tower.
Ah,
The middle tower is
I just want 50 gold, 15 gold. There we go, I got it. Looking like a rough one, boys. Looking like a rough one. You're quite emotional today? Am I? I feel like I'm vibing. Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely gets lower when I tab out, but it was feeling like low when I was tabbed in, so. Checking Dota client? Oh yeah, maybe. No, it should be fine. You should see him normally. This is not emotional. True. Okay. We're going to be playing Diablo until a coaching session in 1 hour. And that's going to be the stream for today. I'm going to confirm that I have that. Coaching session in 1 hour. Yes. Coaching session in 1 hour. Perfect. Got our Dota quota for today. What rank is the coaching? It's a new student, so I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. Any mid coaching? I don't know. New student. When's the next Hell Tide? 8 minutes. Nice. We can do a dungeon. What do I think I could have bought differently? I think I had to kill myself after I didn't get the first blood. Because I used all my resources. And then proceeded to... Wait, did I not do the quest?
It is done.
Is that it? That was like the easiest quest ever. I don't even want those.
I'm not ready yet.
Are you on hardcore? No, no, no. Oh yeah, I forgot we're trying out a different bow right now. Forgot about that. This fucking horse is so slow, man.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm gonna use my normal bow just so I don't get confused. For now. No, thank you. I've got shit to do. Oh, I need to use an elixir.
I'm not ready.
Huh? You missed everything I said about undying because of ads?
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I do run ads at the end of every game. I basically just said I wish I had suicided after after the Earthshaker died to neutrals. It ruined the game pretty hard that we lost top after I killed Earthshaker because I didn't get any gold from it. Oh, there's no enemies here.
I need more time.
What series are you today? I'm always the last two series. Always. I guess it doesn't matter to say always now, because I'm done after today, but that will be the last two series today. I'm out of potions. That doesn't happen very often. That felt good. I have to, for some reason I find my positioning in Dota improves after I play Diablo. I think Diablo, in terms of pushing buttons for me, has been helpful. Maybe not in the last few games, because I am new to undying, but I would not say it really helps me in the lane. And that was where I was struggling. Not having my ulti for a boss kind of sucks, but that's okay. I guess he dies anyway.
Can't carry anymore.
Ba-ba-ba. Do you think maybe you were under prioritizing movement speed? Maybe. Would you ever skip wand for windlace? Yeah, I could. I could. It's definitely worth considering. I'm still pretty new to Undying, though, to be honest, so I don't have, like, a super in-depth understanding of his early items.
Anything else? Fair trade.
Maximum life? No. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, but then we got Helltide. Made anything good at home lately that you can recommend making for dinner? I've been at an event, so I haven't been able. I don't have any like thing to cook. Up there it is. There it is.
I need more time.
Okay, the fucking horse is so slow, man.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
What the fuck? That guy's running in midair. How have you guys been enjoying Dream League so far?
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
What the fuck was that arcane octarine build?
I'm not ready yet.
It was the future, my friend. It was the future.
I'm not ready yet.
Have I tried Ogre Core? I don't really believe in it myself, to be honest, but I know some people have told me they have a lot of success, so. Not really a hero it's not, I don't know how to word it. I just don't like the hero conceptually. The only fun part about him for me would be that he buys a Midas and gets like 4x multicasts. But, yeah, otherwise, not really my kind of hero. Is this your only D4 character? As of now, yes. I haven't played enough to be level 84 or 83 and have other characters. Innovation? Thanks, man. No, that day I was pretty emo that day, to be honest, and I thought I should just try Octarine Core Rush on every hero. It was not very good on co-op. That was a failed experiment.
I'm not ready yet.
I feel like I'm not getting very many cinders. Enemies, mod check? Did you switch to Torment as soon as you hit level 70? I did it at level 65. Was when I made the swap. Easy game. Oh, a bunch of legendaries. Still don't have enough for the chest. Ah!
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Did I mismarked the chest? I was a bit lazy, I will admit. Oh shit. Over here.
I'm not ready yet.
I need 20 more.
I'm not ready yet.
Did you get owned by the Torment Capstone boss? Not really. At that time, I spec to be a glass cannon, so I just kind of like, for lack of a better description, high skilled the dungeon. Like I just tried really hard and just like kited shit really hard. And it worked. I definitely had a fair share of deaths, but like it doesn't matter because I'm not on hardcore. If you're not hardcore, then you're not hardcore. I don't know. There's some movie that had that song. How does Undying game go? We won the first one and lost the second one. Where's the next chest? It's right here.
I'm not ready yet.
Dude, I swear, all you gotta do is get on your horse and there's enemies, because it makes you get off your horse.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, level 100 is definitely a grind. I'm getting faster and faster though, so that's nice. Like I'm getting better and better at the game. At first I was definitely very clueless about like what it takes to make a good build. A lot of cinders here. All I see is a kaleidoscope of ability effects. I do have a bunch of different colors, if that's what you mean. Look how many cinders I have, guys. Okay, no longer the case.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
What happens when you get 100? Level 100? I think, you know, you just make a new character. I think the whole point is to beat the Echo of Lilith boss, which is like the final boss. I think that's the whole point. I mean, for me, it's like I want to complete my build, you know? I have like a build that I'm progressing, and that's what makes it fun for me. My build becomes more and more impactful and synergistic. Optimized, I guess. What's this build called? It's called the Imbuement build. I don't know, I don't really have a name for it.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, we take those.
Can't carry anymore.
Gotta go home for a sec. The real end game, I go outside. Interesting, Lanx. I'll keep that in mind. You seem to have a lot of games of Undying, so I'll try that next time.
Anything else? Fair trade. Well struck.
Oh. This could be good. Core skill, distance. No, it'd be the exact same as this one. Never mind. Do you like co-op? I play with my friend a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'd say Visage is a strong hero right now. I don't think Visage sucks. She demands blood. I feel like there's not very many enemies.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh shit. There's the enemies.
I'm not ready yet.
I love how fast this build kills bosses because they say something like, "You will die," and then they just instantly die. Why no more streams? Because I'm leaving Dream League. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Actually, wait. I am streaming tomorrow. I guess I won't technically be in Dream League anymore, though. I lied to you guys.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh well, I'm not changing the title.
I'm not ready yet.
No, I only wanted to work the first 10 days. I wanted to have some time off. For me, anything more than like 10 days of paneling in a row is just too much. I don't enjoy it anymore. That was satisfying. It's nice they offered such a flexible gig. Yeah, I was surprised. You know, I asked them if I could please only work 10 days, and then they said they'd get back to me. And then it worked out. I'm paneling today. I panel in like 3 hours. Or you guys will see me in like 6 hours.
I'm not ready yet.
Did you do the whole 2 weeks last Dream League? No, so the first Dream League, they only offered for me to work 10 days. And then afterwards, I was like, that was kind of nice. I was feeling a bit burned out after about 10 days. So when they asked me to work the whole thing this time, I actually was like, can I just do the 10 days again?
I'm not ready yet.
And it worked out.
I'm not ready yet.
You don't have a basic skill? Nah, I realized I didn't need it. I was barely using it anyway. And now I have enough mana or like resource regeneration that I don't need a basic skill. What are Helltide events? So you kill mobs, they give you these cinders, and then you redeem the cinders for chests. And that's basically it. It's basically incentive to kill mobs out in the world. That's it.
I'm not ready yet.
Have you changed your build significantly? I haven't really changed it significantly, but I got rid of the basic skill in favor of cold imbuement. So I'm like full on imbuement rapid fire build. So I would say it's like a bit more optimized, but the build itself is like theoretically, you know, in practice the same. It's way better now, I will say, like, than it was before.
I'm not ready yet.
Are you planning on trying other characters? Probably when the new season comes out.
I need more time.
So imagine your basic skill as the equivalent of like an auto attack in Dota. Like it's a free spell, it doesn't cost anything. So I would say I'm kind of like Tinker now, where I just use my spells. I don't have a basic skill anymore. Like I have an auto attack if I wanted to, but I don't use it.
I'm not ready yet.
That's how I would compare it. It's not like a exact perfect description there, but when's the new season? I think they said mid-July. I mean, I might just play a new character when I get to level 100, but I also want to beat the Lilith boss. So, I mean, I'm gonna try to beat the Lilith boss, and if I, like, fail miserably, then so be it. You switched to Necro? Nice. I mean, I'm really having fun with my build. Like, I always have something to look forward to. My build's, like, not even close to optimized, so, like, I have a lot of room for, like, growth. When I say optimized, I mean the gear. I think the build I have that I'm using is optimized, but I just need better gear. My amulet and my boots are pretty lackluster. Yeah, Jenkins plays Necro. He says it's fun. He doesn't play the summons build, though. I was told it was bad. I don't actually know. What's the rogue stuff giving you resource regeneration? So the ability that I have gets regeneration when it hits a vulnerable unit. And then I have a glyph that makes the first time I damage a unit, it becomes vulnerable for 3 seconds. See how they all become vulnerable?
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, the thing that's nice about this skill is that it gets resource if they're vulnerable. So all you have to do is make them vulnerable and you have unlimited resource. It's why I think it's better than like the other builds, the other ranged builds. Like that's just why I like this build, because it can generate its own resource. I do have, every time I crowd control an enemy, I get 3 of my main source, but I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. Do you CC every hit? No, the crowd control, I honestly don't crowd control all that much. It just gives me a little bit extra. Every time I cold imbue, it's considered crowd control.
Can't carry anymore.
So, now that I think about it, I'm gonna try something. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna remove this bonus. What can I put instead? I'm gonna see how much resource regeneration I can skimp out on, basically. Because I don't actually know. I just recently got this glyph completed, so... Theoretically, I could have this. I don't know. Do I have the critical strike scram movement speed? I do. Theoretically, I'd want to take 1 point out of something. Where do I take that point out, though? Can't take any points out up here. I don't have any points over there. So I could do 2 points concealment just for a lower cooldown. I could take 1 point out. So what I'm debating is I have a legendary that gives me Dark Shroud stacks, and I could theoretically put 3 points in this just to get the bonuses. So I could like take 1 point from here. Maybe I just do 2 points concealment for a lower cooldown. Let's try that out. There's 4? I thought there were only 3. Yeah, there's only 3 right now. How would you rate the game? I am loving Diablo so far. Like, I love this game. I'll be honest. Like, I'm having so much fun. Sour Potato. I'll take a riddle right now. I don't know if it's hard to like think about other things other than just what I'm playing and questions, but I'll try. I don't actually want energy cost reduction. Because I want to spend energy because it makes my ultimate lower cooldown. Ice Frog never could decide. Ring of Regen, no I lied. Headdress not for me. Am I for melee or for range? No one truly knows. Patches always have me changed. Oh, the balance woes. After almost 20 years, I've come among the kings, upgrading beyond my peers to brainwash greater things.
Well struck.
Headdress not for me. Is that like Helm of the Dominator?
Fair trade. Anything else?
Not Helmdom?
I'm not ready yet.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, headdress not for me. That's like the only item I can think of that had headdress in it, but not now. Okay, guys. Don't tell my coaching student, but we're gonna be 3 minutes late to pick up 2 more chests. Okay? 3 minutes late. Because there's new chests at 12 o'clock, and that's when my coaching is. So we're gonna farm the shards now, and then we're gonna pick up the chests at 12. Yeah, I'm tracking the chests.
I need more time.
There's actually potentially 6 chests. Yeah, I moved my Diablo hotkeys to be similar to my Dota hotkeys. I'm just used to it. What's up, Bugsy? They came in 3 and 4 and 5 and always in a stack. Your friends all want to borrow me, but never give me back. Bottle?
I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
Did you say howl? No, I said bottle. Oh, tangos. Of course. Wait, why did it say for ranged or melee? I'm almost about to die because I'm looking at chat. A lot of enemies. Oh, I see. It didn't work on ranged. Oh. I totally forgot Vlad's didn't work on ranged. I actually totally forgot about that. Yeah, cool riddle, man. I'm a bit distracted, so it's hard to think, but cool riddle. Can you show your character fit? I plan to, when I get home, have like a picture of my build. It's not hardcore. But yeah, I've talked about it a lot every day and I only have like... Ah, shit! Oh, it's not hardcore. Died to a fucking death explosion. I'd say about 80% of my deaths are death explosions. I'm basically a ranged rogue. Playing around imbuements. Pretty much all my gear buffs my imbuements. And I am using 3 different imbuements. So my entire build is about imbuing every shot I use.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, conduit. Feel like there's not going to be any enemies. Are you sure it isn't hardcore? Yeah, that's for the viewers to confirm it's not hardcore. I was going to be able to get 2 extra chests. Now I'm only going to be able to get 1 because I died.
I need more time.
Oh.
I'm not ready yet.
When do chests reset? On the hour mark. So they reset, like right now it'll reset in 8 minutes. Rogue seems squishy. Oh, I'm just purposely building more damage. I could be more tanky if I wanted to. I'd kill shit slower though.
I need more time.
To be honest, I don't really die unless I stop paying attention. Because it's hard to hit me. I have a lot of CC and like stealth and shit. Oh, blue goblin. Going to miss the coaching session? Yeah, I'll be 2 minutes late for the coaching. It's worth it for the 4 legendaries I'm gonna get, don't worry.
I need more time.
I don't like penetrating shot. So the reason why I'm going with this build is because rapid fire regenerates its own resource. So like I don't need to have any resource regeneration really. I don't think penetrating shot regenerates energy in any way, right? Have you looked into other people's builds? No. I mean, I generally know like what people use, like the skills, but I made my own build. I know this isn't the meta. But it's working really well, so that's all I really care about.
I'm not ready yet.
I crafted a build. It's working. That's good enough for me.
I need more time.
I'm wondering if people ever tried this build. I actually don't know. Because I've never seen it. So, like, did they try this build and were like, yeah, this build sucks.
I need more time.
The only argument I could see for this build is it wouldn't be the best in hardcore because I'm trying to be squishier. I guess I don't really understand the idea of like a time sink of a game. Like the whole point of gaming, unless it's like my job, is to have fun. So, like, I think there's a lot of fun to be had playing Diablo. If you don't enjoy the game, that's fine. But, like, if your concern is because it's a time sink, I don't understand that necessarily. Like, isn't that what free time is? You know, what you want to do with it?
I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
Oh shit. A lot of stuff.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I don't know why people are overly concerned with leveling. Like, I feel like I'm progressing constantly. That's all I care about. If I feel like I'm never updating my build and it's just always the same shit, like no new parts of my build, I have to spend, 30 hours to have any upgrade, then that's boring. 100%. 100% boring.
I'm not ready yet.
If you're the person that's here for coaching, I'm gonna be literally 2 minutes late for this coaching. I'm just gonna open a chest when the new hour mark hits. And then we shall start the session. Oh nice, the chest's here. I got lucky.
Can't carry anymore.
Okay. Crossbow instead of a bow. Why? Why is that not cool? You hope it's a 6k MMR session or you're out? GG. Okay. Let's go back to Dota so we can coach this guy. Hello?
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
Not too shabby, my friend. Not too shabby. New student here, so what, give me just a second. I'm setting up the thing, so make sure your video gets on. 3 hours coaching. Okay. Cool. So what's the deal, man? Why are you here? What's the MMR? What's the role? Tell me about yourself.
Yeah. So, this is my second time actually. We had a session, I don't know, 6 months ago or something,
Oh,
where
6 months ago. Okay.
Yeah, and I planned to come back, but then I didn't, and I was waiting for the restart of the coaching sessions.
Nice, nice. Yeah, okay, I see our chat history. Cool, cool. So what did we talk about back then? Refresh me.
So back then I was looking for improving on position too. I was playing a lot of backline damage dealers like Silencer, Zeus,
I remember this. Okay.
Sniper. Um, and we had a really good session on Sniper. Helped me a lot actually. I increased my MMR since then, so now I am at 2674. Actually, after recalibration and everything, that
What were you
didn't.
before?
Before I was around 1600, 1700.
Oh, nice. That's good. Okay.
But now I've taken a bit of a different approach to Dota because, well, I've been part of educational Smurf games. I've seen you play a lot of position 4, position 5. I actually realized there's quite a different way to approach the game as a support, because you kind of get to think about the game. more. At least I do. And I try to improve my MMR by thinking a bit more about the game rather than clicking. And so I find that I can do that very well this patch with some really nice heroes like Techies, Veno, Silencer as well, Spirit Breaker.
Are you
So
playing
kind of
both 4 and 5 or one or the other?
both 4 and
Okay.
5 now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Continue.
So I'd like to focus on that for the next, time.
Sure.
And try to get some, let me know what I'm doing good and what I'm doing bad.
Yeah, man. Totally down. Do you have a replay mod?
Yeah, so I have a couple actually. I'm gonna start with the one where I end up losing.
Okay.
Okay. Where I think I did a pretty good job in the lane. I thought we were ahead, but when I looked at minute 8, even though we were ahead in net worth, the graph was saying we were losing, or barely even. So in the end, we end up losing. So what could I have done differently in this one? I was a techies. Maybe different in lane or afterwards. I don't know.
Sure.
Just
check it out. You see the screen?
hold on. I'll switch to Discord.
Your turn to ban.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So I think most techies are going Bracer. I think Null's like reasonable, but I do think most of them are going Bracer because it gives you some HP regen and the 3 extra damage. And your hero also has 2.6 mana regen. It's kind of crazy how much mana regen he gets for free. Okay. Good start. Is there a reason you don't prioritize sentries? For
No,
camp blocking and D-blocking and stuff.
Yeah, I typically do get a sentry at the beginning of the game. I don't know, maybe the gold wasn't adding up now, but I typically get a sentry. But
Okay.
yeah.
Because like right now you had a ton of gold from that first blood, so at the very least I would want a sentry now.
Right.
I'd say it's definitely inexcusable to not spend the 150 gold you have on a sentry and probably another blood grenade. That's like not as unreasonable, but I think you would definitely want to rebuy the blood grenade. Okay. Okay. So this is the exact moment where I need you to tell me how you feel about Faceless Void. You need to tell me anything and everything you know about supporting this guy.
So he doesn't do a lot in the lane. He doesn't contribute early on. He has a way to evade, so he's probably not going to die. But I don't think I can leave him alone because he's not getting CS if I leave him alone. Especially with...
Why not?
Well, the Darkseer can pressure the lane pretty hard with his, I forget, spell. W.
Ion Shell's not very good until level 2. Okay. Ion Shell. So, continue.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I felt like so what I know about him is that he needs a bit of help early on, but he doesn't die easily.
Okay, so the thing about Faceless Void is that I am super self-sustaining, and I don't really do much for you unless they go on you because of time dilation. So what that means is you need to force the opponent to go on you, and that's usually best done by pulling. Because like if I see the Undying walking over here as Faceless Void, I can walk over and help you. So the thing about this is when it comes to spam pulling on any hero in any lane, it's a matter of how much my carry helps me and how much they die if I'm not there. Because if you think, oh, he's going to get 1 or 2 less CS, but like you denied 2 creeps at the pull because Undying didn't walk over, then you won that. Period. That's purely better than what they're getting. So A lot of people think my carry would get 4 CS, instead he gets 2. That's bad. But it's like, no, if he gets 2 creeps denied in his face, but they're solo XP, and you denied 2 creeps over at the pull camp, which is 0 XP for the opponent, that is better. That is just better. So what I'm getting at is that with Void, I would spam pull every single minute. I would want you to spam pull every single minute, but I want you to be able to apply that to other carries in the sense of how much do they help you, and how much protection do they need. And protection means from death, okay? If I'm Void, I can just defensively aggro. If that guy doesn't know how to defensively aggro to get CS, then fine, you know, his problem. So how much help equals pull? Okay. Questions? Otherwise, I'm going to keep going.
No.
Yeah, so the reason why I also want you to pull is because I think minimizing interaction against Undying is ultra important. Like, the more time you spend casually trading with Undying, the more this hero loves it. So by laning, not only are you making it so all the things we already talked about, but Undying is just... Notice how even Void's like, I don't want you to just lane with me. Do you see that?
Yeah.
He literally was like, why isn't this guy pulling? I 100% know this guy's thinking that. Why isn't he pulling? So, if you're learning support, so much about laning is understanding the core you're supporting. Even Toronto Tokyo said yesterday in his interview, because he moved to 5 recently from mid, actually the exact same thing you did. He said that he was trying to get his cores to do things, and like, because he used to play core, he's like naturally seeing things they should be doing or whatever, and all he noticed is like that he's supposed to be catering his play to their play. And so a lot of times that has to do with their hero, but also the way they're playing. Your guy's playing more aggressively, you know, do you want to help him, or do you want to tank for him, or do you want to just pull? You know, if like what kind of heroes are you supporting? So I'm just trying to give you like the mindset of what a guy that, you know, on a tier 1 Dota team that just swapped from 5 to 2 noticed, or from 2 to 5 just noticed, you know?
Yeah, actually, I think that's a problem, because I genuinely like to play aggressive support. Like, that's why I pick techies in Veno and stuff like that. And if the guy that plays with me is position 1 or 3 doesn't go aggressive, then I find it irritating. But I don't adjust to his playstyle. Very rarely do I notice his playstyle. I notice he's a hero, so I think about, you know, sniper needs protection, or Naga is or lifestealer is self-sufficient. But I think of the hero, not the way he plays the hero.
I see. So when they play a hero, that should set you up for a general expectation. What I would compare is I go into a basketball game and I look at a guy that's 6'8", and I'm like, huh, like he looks pretty athletic. He's tall. He's gonna dunk on us. And then, you know, you start the game and the guy's really clumsy and he's stumbling all over the place. I should instantly adjust to my perspective of what he's doing in the basketball game. You know, I just say, like, appearances are what the hero is, you know? Like, you can judge based on his appearance of, like, what he looks like that he's going to do things. But then you still have to observe what he does. Otherwise, you know, you're just basing it off of first impressions, which is wrong. So, a big thing here is that... I talked about this with Alaska, who was my 7K support student, that she realized it after I brought it to her attention how, like, all the best carry players seem to do exactly what she wants from them. And I was like, they're just adjusting to you.
All right.
That's all they're doing. Like, they notice what you're doing and they're adjusting. So much of skill in Dota is being able to see what's happening and know how you're supposed to respond to that. It's like, okay, this guy's playing overly aggressive. What can I do with that? Sometimes you can't do much. Sometimes you can follow him up. Sometimes you can change your item build. Sometimes, you know, there's a bunch of different ways that every situation can be handled. So I'm just going to bring to your attention right now that this is something that you need to start thinking about. Is first off, we're going to work on your understanding of each carry hero, because that's very important. I guess offlaners too, since you play 4. But also, we're going to start kind of paying attention to what our teammates are doing. Like, I told you at minute 1, I wanted you to pull, right?
Yeah.
Now, good. You went to a coaching session, right? You got told that a Faceless Void wants you to pull. What I want you to be able to do, say, like, you do these 4 sessions, you don't get another 4 sessions, and you go do your own climbing. I want you to observe and be like, I didn't think I should pull. Then Faceless Void walked away from the lane to go pull the camps.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
huh.
happened.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a simple observation. I don't need you to know this, right? I don't need you to know every hero now, right? Because that's like completely unreasonable. You're new to the roles. Like, you were playing mid, which is like the complete opposite in regards to like the heroes you're interacting with in the laning phase. You're not familiar with carries. You're not familiar with offlaners in the lane, and you're learning your hero at the same time. But this is just the stuff where I want to show you that your teammates will show you.
Yeah.
You know, they will. They will show you. Even if sometimes what they do is wrong. So yeah, that's just like a very simple example, but that observation will pay off a lot for you over time. You know, it's not going to be revolutionary every single game, but over time it'll pay off.
I did notice this with another game that I wanted to put the replay ID for today, but the other game was a Tide Hunter who was pulling by himself as I was positioned 4, and I keep getting this pattern of I'm interacting with the other heroes, I'm pulling them out or dying, depends. But then the core is starting to pull and do other things.
Okay, so I'm fine with what I've seen in this lane so far. Let's pull up that other replay and see what's going on. Because in terms of like actually min-maxing, and like I see the graph at 8 minutes, I'm not too concerned about what's happening in the other lanes because that's just, you know, for another time. What I want you to see is that you have a self-sustaining carry and you could have been spam pulling. You probably could have an extra, you know, 4 or 5 small camps of farm. And that doesn't mean don't fight, by the way. By pulling, you force them to come over here, which means that if the fight does happen, it's just better than it would be if the fight's up here. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone that I've coached in the past that didn't pull, they tended to have this impression that pulling was passive. No. Pulling is just like an efficient move that might actually influence the opponent's positioning to be more aggressive. So, don't equate pulling to passive, okay?
Yeah.
So what I'm imagining is your cores are pulling perhaps because they think the lane's in a bad spot. So maybe you're not thinking as much about your core's desired lane equilibrium. You know, where do they want the lane? Do they want it in front of their tower? Do they want it where they're not tanking creeps? Do they want it, like, what matters, you know? And that's different for every hero. Go ahead and send me the Tide replay, and then
Okay.
we can always jump back to this one. I just want to, like, you know, I don't want to go past the laning phase and then go to a new game and come back to the laning phase if you had another question in mind, so.
Actually, this one, I don't know what to say about the laning phase because the game was a bit weird. The lone druid, position 1, just quit the lane really early. We bullied him out and he never came back. So we were just laning 2 versus 1 IO. So I think it's kind of irrelevant from a statistics point of view to all other games. But yeah, I mean, let's see. I was actually, for this replay, I was sort of thinking about looking together at my map movements past the laning phase.
Okay.
Where, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. So why were you? I just want to answer your question from earlier, though. You said you were like confused or something about Tide. Like, what is your confusion?
So I'm trying to be aggressive because I think I can with techies.
Okay.
But then behind the scenes, I see Tide pulling a lane for himself. Is that good or bad?
That is
Should
good.
I be
What
doing
he
this?
did, yes. You could. But what happened here is fine. You're being aggressive and he's pulling. There's nothing wrong here.
Okay.
You don't have to always be doing like the same thing with your core. I want you to think like, what is a Tide gonna do underneath their tower? Is he gonna like gush them? Like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna like draw aggro from the tower if he attacks them. So what he's seeing is like, what you'll need to learn as a support is you need to learn what your core wants from you, but also that like you should play your own hero. Like, you should trust that you're allowed to hit them. They can't do anything about it, but like he doesn't need to also be hitting them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like totally within your hero's power. Like, what you did there was fine. Like, the opponent had creeps underneath their tower, you were just hitting them, and then, you know, no danger to you, and you walked away. And you played your own hero fine there. So I want you to really, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I really want you to play by vibes of your hero and not quote unquote judge what your teammates are doing. Like, I want you to think that anything you say about your teammates, I need it to be an observation. That guy is doing that. and then ask yourself, like, after the game or during the game, if you think you can, because it's a little bit more difficult during the game, of how does that affect me in the future if I had a Tide do that again? You know? Am I fine to just still harass? Should I consider pulling? And it's like, well, why would a Tide do that? Should he have dove with me? Could I have called it? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you were talking about post-laning phase movements. You said Lone Druid just left, so let's fast forward a bit. Did you have a minute mark in mind, or?
I don't know, maybe 10, 12 minutes onwards.
Okay.
But even this one, like I jumped in the mid to help. I rotate to the mid and kills the mid when I can. I think that's a good move, but here I died.
Yeah, I mean, I think going for the rune, the Huskar has a 6-minute armlet, so this is... It ends up working out, to be honest, that Huskar dies there, but probably not ready for the 6-minute armlet. I didn't see you check his items. I don't know if you did.
No.
Definitely need to check people's items when you walk to their lanes. That's a really good habit to get into. You're going to walk mid, check his items. You're going to walk top, check his items. You're considering going bottom, check his items. I guess what I've noticed a lot when I watch support players is wasted camera time. I don't understand why you are checking the Lone Druid, for instance. Like, why is he what you're putting your camera on?
Because I'm thinking I want to pressure him. Because I did it in the past and it was okay. So if he's gone to the jungle, I want to go there on top of him.
Okay, this is beautiful. I'm glad I'm understanding this. So, what's more important, making sure all of your teammates have a game or making sure they don't?
Yeah, I've seen this point before in another coaching session, is that everybody has a game.
Yes. The most important thing is to consider how is all of my team doing? And then I want you to think, how much freedom do I have to go do things? Okay? So, basically, I would want you to have considered babysitting this drow from Huskar with the idea of, okay, maybe you considered it and you thought you couldn't do anything. But that should have been, like, your first thought. Like, is drow okay? Is he going to get pressured? So, like, when you roamed mid there, if you had checked the armlet, you'd be like, damn, this is a really farmed Huskar. Like, we may need to be careful. It ended up working out that you killed him, but at the very least, I'd be like, Huskar has an armlet. What does Huskar like to do when he has an armlet? He's going to play like a... He's either going to hyper farm, like he's going to push out the wave and farm, or he's going to do this.
Right.
That's what Huskar is going to do every single time, I promise. So, what that means is if we're checking items or thinking about our individual heroes having games, you'd think Huskar's either going to go farm, or he's going to be aggressive. How does that influence Drow? Is that a hero that could possibly die to Huskar? What is Huskar doing? You know, these are things that's like, I just want it in your mind, because then you're making the right decisions, you know? You'd at least consider going here. So, if you win your lane, I need everybody to understand that if you win your lane, I call it secure your lane. And what that means is that if you don't feel like your core needs you anymore, you should first consider your other lanes before, like, following the carry. Secure lanes first, before aggression, is what I'm going to say. I remember learning this lesson because I was in a pub playing offlane, and me and my 4 position literally were like 8-0 in lane, and we ended up losing the game, and one of my high MMR teammates, like really high, he was like a pro player, I don't remember who it was, literally was like, you guys, like, there was some argument, and he said, you guys ruined the game, like, you literally, doesn't matter how many times you kill bottom, their mid laners free farming. You know? It's like, stop killing bottom. It's like, stop, like, the Lone Druid's already fucking dead. He's jungling level 4. You know, deal with the Huskar who has an armlet, right? Before worrying about shutting down. That's, like, the biggest thing. It's like, there's a big difference between pressuring and, like, shutting down, which, like, he's already pressured. The Lone Druid left lane, you know?
Yeah.
So that would be something where, oh, he left lane, top lane secured. What if Lone Druid were to go back? That's maybe my only thought. Maybe I could look to dive him, you know? But running into their jungle means you have literally nothing else to do. That's what that means.
Which is not the case.
Yeah, which is not the case, exactly. So
we ended up actually babysitting, I think, Draw later on. Draw was godlike by the end of the game because me and Tide played around him a lot. But I think he was mostly Tide doing the thinking, and I was just following him.
I see. Killed the bear. This is scary to me because I think if Huskar was here, he would have killed you guys. But instead, he's killing bottom, I guess. Do you have like a carry wyvern or something?
The Wyvern started as mid. He said he can't play against Huskar. He
Oh, so you guys lane swapped. I see.
Yeah. But the Wyvern was the poorest player. I'll say that.
I think the spellcasting there could have 100% been better. I think you freaked out a little bit. I think what would happen here is you would, like, you'd get gone on by Pudge here, like in an ideal world. You'd get gone on. You would, so right here, you would start laying mines. Like you'd mine, you know, chuck the sticky bomb, and then maybe even channel your blast off at that point. Because he's either killing your mines or stopping the blast off, so. I think that was just a little bit of a panic. He dies a lot. Like you see, he literally fucking died to you without casting 2 of your mines. Okay. Okay, so you asked about map movements.
I didn't panic here.
Yeah, that was nice. That was well played. It's pretty aggressive that you're cutting their tower like that. I don't hate it, but I also think support deaths are like really bad right now. So all I can really tell you is if you die there, it's like really bad. So I would rather you tell me you were confident you were gonna live if you played well, or if you were trying to take a risk there. Because I think if you were just pressuring the tower with your ult, and then like clearing the next wave when it got there, rather than like walking past the tower and pulling into the creep camp, like that's just a more aggressive version of what you were doing, right? So it's just not worth dying, basically. You know, last game I died like an idiot in my pub, and I was like, damn, I'm feeding. Like it's so bad to give people kills right now. In future patches and in previous patches, that was not the case. But like right now, giving cores kills as support is like really bad. So
yeah, I know. I wasn't thinking about it actually, but it's just this vibe I get that around this time Techies is really strong, and doesn't die very easily because taser, because you know he just jumps off with explosions.
Yeah, and I'm saying if you knew your limits and you're like, I'm really sure I can do this, that's fine. I just want you. The main message is like, be very careful about dying, basically.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. I mean, overall, I've liked your moves here. I think they're very good. You're going meta items, so it's good. I do think you're overly concerned with the carry, based on what we've talked about so far and what I'm seeing with your camera. A lot of times in this part of the game, the carry is your concern only if you guys are winning. Usually you'll want to like hunt the guy if you're winning. If you're losing, you usually have to kill the people in front of him first. Unless he's like clearly alone, because they have like 4 heroes showing bottom and he's showing top, you know, something like that. But when the map's kind of spread out like this, the carry is usually not the one you would focus. You'd want to focus the guy that's likely playing aggressive on the map, which would be, in this case, Slardar or Huskar.
I was trying to focus Slardar just because we had vision on him.
Yeah, no, this is good. You guys are playing around your own wards. They're just kind of walking into your jungle blind. The overextension. Try to get the solar crest off. Only the ward sentry being in backpack is what's wrong here. I think if you had warded the high ground there, it would have been really nice for that fight. Like during this fight, just plop a ward right here. Would have been really nice.
Yeah, I know.
Making sure. We have a radiance? What the fuck? Okay. It might be because I'm fast forwarding, but I don't generally feel like you're collecting enough info in the game. So I really encourage you to like check your teammates' items a lot, check your opponent's items a lot. You can use just the top, you know. You can just click their heroes. If they're maybe even write down like once every 2 minutes you have to do like a this.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing is, I catch myself doing it when I'm dead. So in a good game where I'm not dying, I'm rarely collecting info.
And
So you're
that's
absolutely
yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's really important if you're finding like, oh, I should probably look at some things. You know, that's a good awareness to have. I mean, the thing is like, I myself when I play support should gather more information, but since I'm like thinking so much about the hero I'm playing because I don't play support very often, I definitely am like, damn, I should have thought about that. Should have thought about that. But like as you play the heroes you're on more and more, this should become easier, right? To do. So, we just want it to be slowly but surely over time a focus of yours to be like as much conscious about it as you can be. It's understandable when you're new to the role and still learning these heroes that that's the case. Nice thing about support is you usually don't have to have a massive hero pool since you can just pick whatever's meta in the first round of the draft. So you kind of learn to play other people's heroes rather than your own, which is nice.
So question, how often at this bracket stage I'm in, how often should I check other people's items or my teammates? Because right now I probably do it like twice a game.
Yeah, so whenever nothing's really happening in the game, I try to always think about what's going to happen next. And what that means is I don't need to know exactly where it's going to be, but I'll generally think like where are our wards? So like where would we like it to be? What part of the maps feel pretty safe for us? What part of the map feels dangerous to us? And then I think to myself, who's going to catalyze this? Like who on our team is the strong guy? So like if you guys take a good fight, who would be leading the charge? I'm asking you.
Yeah. Tied.
Tied. So what do? That. And earlier I saw Blade Mail Radiance, and I'm like, okay, this guy wants to farm, I guess. But now he has a blink. I'm like, okay, maybe we can do something with this. We can look to smoke, or look to like. So say I think bottom feels safe and top feels a bit dangerous because of your ward vision right now. If you look at these items and you combine that knowledge, you'd be like, huh, maybe we can camp bottom and let Tide farm it, or oh, our drow looks like she's in a bit of a precarious position up top. Let's smoke towards her. You know, and then because you have the blink. If you don't have the blink, then you probably don't do that. You can just say, hey, drow, be careful. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wow. This thought process never even occurred to me, but you're absolutely right. Makes total sense.
So I'm just going to put in my notes, where is safe / dangerous? And then, what heroes, like, I would say affect that, you know? Like, what heroes, like, how are your heroes relevant to this? Like, oh, if we're strong, we do that. We're weak, we defend with this person, etc. So your answer to your question would really be there's no set number, but it's a lot about understanding. Like I said, and it seems like you understood well. Is like what things in the game matter, what things do we need to be aware of, and then because we're aware of these things and we know they matter, we'll try to ask ourselves the right questions, and then we need to get the answers. So we got to look up the facts, you know, the items. And these are what people have.
I notice when I watch pro players that they do it so fast. They open the tab with all the heroes. They look, they click, and you do it as well. It's like microsecond.
Yeah.
Then go back. I need like 4 seconds to identify what items a hero has, and does that make sense, or is that bad, or what has he queued up to buy next?
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, but it just feels so frustrating that I just don't do it.
Okay. Okay. Let's nip this in the bud. Okay. This is a mindset issue. I'm not like flaming you for having a horrible mindset or anything, but I want to wrap up our session with a quick perspective shift, okay? It's not fair to yourself to compare yourself to people who play this game like thousands of hours more than you, okay? So, I love that you want to improve, and I think it's always good that we hold ourselves to a high standard and we are self-critical in a way that makes us want to improve, right? You know, you're like, that guy's doing it and I'm not. But I think it's really important that you realize what you do with that fact is a really big deal. So what I'm saying is there's a fact that there's something that a pro player does that you don't. That's a fact, right? That's just what it is. There's two ways to approach that. There's one that's like, wow, this guy does this so fast. It takes me 4 seconds. You know, I suck. Or it could be like, oh, it takes me 4 seconds right now. I should really like make sure I'm doing it. And over time, eventually it'll take me less time because I can tell it's a priority because they do it. So,
Yeah.
I just want you to know, like, it's not fair to yourself to compare to players with way more hours. And the fact that you're aware that you're supposed to check items, you see that they do it faster than you, that's like, you know what you're working on. Easy. You know? Like, that's something where I promise you, if you're conscious that you're supposed to do that, you know, 6 months from now, it'll take you 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds, you know? 1.5. Like, just depends on how much you play. But... you know what I mean? Like, over time, it'll eventually get better.
Yeah.
None of these guys got there fancy. I used to do the same thing, by the way. I used to be, like, dissuaded or demoralized from, like, certain aspects of Dota because I just saw other people do it better than me. Whether that's play a hero, certain concepts, certain item usage, whatever, you know? And I realized that, like, all that did was make me never do it. You know? Which sucks. That doesn't help at all. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think a lot of things you're doing are nice. Like, I see your rotations. So what our next step for you would be to make these rotations make sense to yourself in the sense of you clearly want to think about the game. You clearly are taking a different approach to the game. So let's give you the right things to think about. I think that it sounds like you had enough to go off of with that one thought process. You seem like you're like, wow, that's a lot to digest. I tend to be how Dota is, though, by the way, or like things in general. Your perspective can be opened up by like one statement. You know, it's pretty powerful when somebody says the way they think about something, and it just never occurred to you. You know.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
very powerful.
That's really nice. Really,
yeah.
Really nice.
It happens all the time, by the way. Like all the time in Dota. Like usually for me, people ask what I'm doing or what I'm working on, and it'll be like one thing somebody said to me like 5 months ago that I'm still processing. You know, like I'm still optimizing my like understanding of that. Because it's such like it's like a one thought, like in this case, I told you a thought, but it hasn't everything to do with where you are on the map, what you're doing, timings. It literally affects like the entire game, right? So yeah, man. Any questions?
No, man. Thank you.
Sweet.
I think our next one is going to be a bit further away though, because I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, the whole point of the way we reorganize the sessions is that you have like 3 or 4 months to use your sessions, so it doesn't. No pressure, just whenever you're available, come back. So
yeah, I know.
Cool, man.
Thanks.
No problem.
Thank
See
you.
ya. Very clicky keyboard. Blue switches. Blue switches. Does BSJ upload these coaching sessions to YouTube? Yes, they get uploaded to my Patreon and my for Twitch subscribers and Patreon members. I'm actually gonna upload this one for tomorrow because it's tough for me to output videos right now. So this coaching session will be on YouTube tomorrow, but most of them do not go on my public YouTube. So that's kind of just the way we've done it. Actually, maybe I'm not gonna do that for tomorrow. What's a Actually, I'm gonna do that. It's just hard for me to do content right now because I'm so busy. Let me quickly timestamp the VOD. Kind of hot in my room. Sweating. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I want to take those clothes off. I guess I can't do it right now. Double D, thanks for the sub. How many coaching sessions do you do a day or week? We've been slowly settling in, but my ideal is to do about 5 a week. But with events right now, so like this week I have 3, I think. 4. I have 4 this week. I have 2 today and 2 on Wednesday. Okay, guys. That's it for today's stream. Most of my streams, whenever I'm at events, will be short. But I really am intending... My intention is to stream during events. Such that I don't lose... like, the momentum of being a streamer and gathering viewers and you guys getting in the habit of seeing me at a certain time of day. So, a lot of little things going on with the channel, but the biggest thing is that I want to stream from 9 a.m. CEST to 3 p.m. CEST, or in the case of events, 9 a.m. to like noon. That's the goal. So I want you guys to know that that is our regular time, that I intend to pretty much always be streaming, other than maybe like majors or TI if I do go to those. Other than that, those are the times I will be streaming. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Qualweds, thank you for the 8 months, sir. I'll see you guys later. Oops, I did not want